They'll tell you when something's wrong. That's what people say about dogs. But the truth? Most dogs don't tell you. They endure, they adjust, they compensate. They hide pain in ways that would break your heart if you truly understood it. By the time many owners realize something is wrong, then the illness has already been quietly unfolding for weeks, sometimes months. And here's the part that hurts the most. They were trying to stay strong for you. Today on Loyal Dog Lover, I'm going to walk you through 7 subtle signs your dog may be sick. Signs that are easy to dismiss, easy to explain away, and dangerously easy to miss. If you truly love your dog like family, watch closely. And before we begin, take 1 second to like this video, subscribe to Loyal Dog Lover, and comment, "I'm watching closely," so I know you're the kind of owner who refuses to miss the quiet signs. Let's begin. 1. Unexplained, shaking or trembling. Have you ever seen your dog tremble and told yourself it was just excitement? Maybe you blamed the temperature. Maybe you thought they were nervous. Maybe you convinced yourself it was nothing. But when trembling happens without cold, fear, or a clear trigger, it deserves attention. Dogs can shake when they're in pain. They can tremble with fever. They can shiver when their nervous system is under stress. Sometimes it's abdominal pain. Sometimes it's toxin exposure. Sometimes it's early joint inflammation. And in older dogs, trembling can even be linked to metabolic issues. The scary part? It often starts small, just a subtle vibration under your hand when you pet them. And because they still wag their tail, because they still eat, because they still try to act normal, we convince ourselves they're fine. But trembling is often one of the earliest warning signs their body can't completely hide. If it keeps happening, especially alongside low energy, panting, or restlessness, don't ignore it. Your dog may be whispering through their body. 2. Repeated vomiting of yellow foam, bile. You wake up, there's a small puddle of yellow foam on the floor. You sigh. Dogs throw up sometimes, and yes, occasionally they do, but repeated bile vomiting, especially on an empty stomach, is not something to brush aside. That yellow foam is stomach acid and bile. It can signal gastric irritation, acid reflux, liver stress, pancreatic inflammation, or even early infection. If it happens once after they skipped a meal, that's one thing. But if it becomes a pattern, early morning, empty stomach, multiple times a week, that's your dog's digestive system struggling. And here's what many owners don't realize. Dogs often continue acting normal between episodes. They'll still greet you, still go outside, still try to play, because survival instinct tells them not to appear weak. But bile vomiting that repeats is rarely random. It's a clue, and the earlier you take it seriously, the better chance you give them. 3. Changes in gum color. This is one of the simplest checks, and one of the most powerful. Lift your dog's lip gently. Healthy gums should be a soft bubblegum pink. Now here's what different colors can mean. Pale or white gums, possible anemia, blood loss, shock. Bluish gums, oxygen deprivation, urgent. Bright red gums, inflammation, overheating, or toxin exposure. Yellow tinged gums, liver concerns. It takes 5 seconds to check. But those 5 seconds can reveal what behavior hides. Dogs can mask pain. They can fake energy. They can push through discomfort, but their gums don't lie. And here's something powerful. Press your finger gently on their gum until it turns white, then release. It should return to pink within 1 to 2 seconds. If it takes longer, that could indicate circulation problems. This tiny habit, done once in a while, could save their life. 4. Changes in water intake. Water tells a story. Most owners don't track how much their dog drinks until something feels off. Maybe the bowl is empty again and again and again, or maybe it stays full all day. Drinking significantly more water can signal diabetes, kidney disease, Cushing's disease, infection fever. Drinking less water can lead to dehydration quickly, especially if paired with lethargy or dry gums. The key isn't obsessing, it's noticing patterns. When their thirst changes without explanation, their body is adjusting to something internal. And often, that adjustment is happening long before major symptoms appear. If you've made it this far, comment, "I notice the little things," because noticing the little things is what separates reactive owners from protective ones. 5. Difficulty getting up after resting. This one hurts to watch. They wake up, they look at you, their tail moves first, but their body hesitates. There's that pause, that tiny moment where they gather themselves before standing. Sometimes it's aging, but sometimes it's arthritis, hip dysplasia, Muscle strain, spinal discomfort, early infection, fatigue. Even younger dogs can struggle to rise when something internal is draining their strength. Watch how they stand. Do they shift weight slowly? Favor one side? Avoid using a back leg? Stretch excessively before moving? Those are clues. And here's something emotional. Dogs don't stop greeting you because they don't love you. If they hesitate, it's often because their body isn't cooperating the way it used to, and they're trying not to show it. 6. Changes in walking or movement. Sometimes it's just one step, one slightly shorter stride, one tiny hesitation before jumping, one moment where they choose the long way around instead of the direct path. At first you tell yourself it's nothing. Maybe they slept funny, maybe they played too hard yesterday, maybe they're just tired. But then it happens again and again. Dogs are masters at redistributing weight. If one leg hurts, they quietly shift pressure to the other 3. If their hips ache, they shorten their stride. If their spine is uncomfortable, they avoid twisting or turning sharply. They don't announce pain. They adapt to it. Subtle gait changes can signal early arthritis, ligament injury like partial tears, hip or elbow dysplasia, nerve issues, inflammation deep in joints, and here's what many owners miss. Sometimes the first sign isn't a limp. It's slower stairs. It's hesitation before jumping into the car. It's choosing to lie down sooner during walks. The light in their eyes is still there, but their movement becomes cautious. And when movement becomes careful instead of joyful, something underneath may be hurting. If your dog used to race you to the door and now walks instead, pay attention, not with panic, but with care. 7. Whining. When touched or during normal activities. This one is easy to misunderstand. You lift them. They let out a soft whine. You pet their side. A small flinch. They jump off the couch. A quick yelp. You immediately want to believe it was random. Maybe you touched the wrong spot. Maybe they were startled. Maybe they're being dramatic. But dogs rarely vocalize pain unless it crosses a threshold. Whining when touched can indicate muscle strain, joint inflammation, abdominal pain, dental pain, internal discomfort, even something more serious growing silently. Watch for these signs. Pulling away when you touch a certain area, guarding one side of the body, avoiding being picked up, suddenly not wanting to be brushed. Pain changes behavior. And here's something deeply important. If your affectionate dog suddenly becomes distant, it may not be mood, it may be discomfort. They're not rejecting you, they're protecting themselves. And when you realize that, your response changes from confusion to compassion. 8. Subtle behavioral shifts, the sign most owners miss. This one doesn't look medical, it looks emotional. Your dog seems quieter, less playful. Maybe they sleep a little more, maybe they follow you less around the house. Maybe their excitement feels muted. You chalk it up to personality, but sometimes behavioral changes are the earliest signs of illness. Dogs instinctively conserve energy when something isn't right. They withdraw slightly. They rest more. They engage less intensely. It's not laziness, it's survival biology. And because the shift is gradual, it's easy to normalize. You adjust your expectations. But here's a question worth asking. Did this change happen slowly, or did it sneak in? When you truly observe them, you start noticing the difference between calm and diminished. That awareness is powerful because early detection changes outcomes. The deeper truth. When you start seeing these subtle behaviors clearly, something shifts inside you. You stop assuming. You start observing. You realize your dog isn't just living beside you. They are communicating with you constantly through posture, through appetite, through energy, through movement. They may never say, "I don't feel good," but they show you in quiet ways, in patient ways, in ways that require love to notice. And when you do notice, you become more than an owner. You become their protector, their advocate, their safe place. That's what being part of Loyal Dog Lover truly means. If this video made you look at your dog a little differently, that's powerful, because awareness saves lives. If you learned something today, like this video so more dog lovers see it. Comment, "I'm paying attention," if you promise to watch your dog more closely. Share this with one friend who loves their dog like family. And subscribe to Loyal Dog Lover so you never miss the signs that matter. In the next video, I'm going to show you something beautiful. The subtle signs your dog shows when they feel completely safe with you. And trust me, that moment, it might move you more than you expect. Stay close. Because the more you understand them, the stronger your bond becomes.